We're here with the 2023 Honda Accord, which has been redesigned and kicks off the 11th generation of the midsize sedan. 11 generations, that's nearly 50 years of Honda Accords, and part of the reason that it's been around for so long is that it's pretty darn good. Even the old Accord, which was starting to feel very long in the tooth by automotive standards, sits second in our midsize sedan rankings, just behind the Kia K5. So, does the 2023 Accord, with its improvements, have enough to take it over the top and take over that top spot? Let's find out. But first, if you're enjoying our videos, please hit those like and subscribe buttons, and if you want more information on the 2023 Accord, hit the link in the description. And finally, if you want to get into a new set of wheels, head over to edmunds.com/sellmycar to get an instant cash offer. The redesign comes, of course, with updated exterior styling, and even though there are changes, this is still pretty instantly recognizable as an Accord. It starts up front here with a brand new grille and a lowered kind of hood opening, which gives the front a much more planted feel. Heading around the side here, we get a view of these 19-inch two-tone wheels. These come on the Touring model, like the one that we're looking at, and also these kind of gloss black lower accents exclusive to the Touring and the higher trims. One thing that all trims do get is this nice chrome strip that kind of comes across the roof here to the back. It accentuates the fastback profile, and even though I'm not a big fan of chrome, you kind of need this here, otherwise it would look a little bit flat. As we get to the back here, the fastback profile might hint that you get a liftgate, but you don't, just a traditional trunk opening, though it is very large and it gives the sedan plenty of utility. My favorite styling feature though, that's brand new, it's on the back. I love what Honda has done with the rear of the Accord. They've taken this gloss black panel and stretched it all the way across the trunk. And they've even taken the Honda badge and shrunk it into the panel, so it looks very flat and very cohesive. This is gonna give the Accord a very cool sort of visual signature, especially at night. Honda has taken the Accord and the Accord Hybrid and kind of mashed them together into one big model. That means that the bottom two trim levels, the LX and EX, come with a turbocharged 1.5 liter gas engine, but the four other trim levels all come with this, a 4th generation Honda dual motor hybrid system. The new system makes a little bit less horsepower, but more torque, which Honda says should make for a smoother driving experience. Although we tested what's fundamentally the same system in the CR-V hybrid recently, we didn't really like it. We found it to be a bit noisy on the highway and to be a bit strained under acceleration. So, will that ring true in the Accord? We'll have to get behind the wheel to find out. Redesigned Accord interior, it's gonna feel pretty familiar. What Honda has kind of done is they've taken the interior that they introduced in the redesigned Civic and sort of stretched it out over their whole lineup. So that means whether you climb in the Civic, the CR-V, the HR-V, or even now the Accord, they're all gonna kind of look and feel the same. Although we do admit that here in the Accord, there are a few premium touches that do give it a bit more class than the other vehicles. Starting with these gunmetal black dials here for the climate control that have really nice illumination behind them. Nice mesh grille covering here over all the vents gives it a very cohesive look. And there is a lot of piano black around this interior that would normally kind of bother me, but it seems to sort of fit in with the light and dark motif that Honda is going for with this interior overall. One thing to be careful though, these things are going to be fingerprint magnets, so keep a cloth in the car to keep everything looking fresh. One of the Accord's selling points has always been its huge back seat, and that is intact. Still over 40 inches of rear legroom. It practically feels like a full-size back seat, except for in one way. The new Accord's profile kind of cuts into headroom, so if you're over 6 feet tall, you may have to slouch down a bit to be really comfortable. Otherwise, tons of legroom, real easy to get in and install things like car seats with these large door openings as well. Now, for the big change, right here, a 12.3-inch touchscreen that is the largest touchscreen that Honda has ever made, and this is actually standard on all four of the hybrid models. So whether you go Sport, EXL, Sport L, or Touring like the one we're in, you're gonna get this nice big touchscreen, and it's well placed. So from the driving position, I can actually reach the opposite side of the screen without leaning forward, even though it's placed kind of high. Really good ergonomics, and Honda has a nice ledge here so that if you're using it while driving, you can use this to stabilize your hand. Makes it just much easier to use overall. In addition to the big screen, Honda has also included a big multimedia update. Now, this only comes on Touring models, unfortunately, and what it does is it integrates Google built-in with Honda's existing multimedia system. So that means that you get things like the Google Assistant, Google Maps, and even the Google Play Store built natively into the multimedia system. And that means that you can do a few cool things like this. So we click right over to the maps here. This allows us to actually mirror the map view from here onto the standard digital display. And so I can actually see the turn-by-turn directions without having to look over to the screen, or I can use the screen for something else and still get those directions. Also, in the Play Store, you have a selection of apps that have been specifically designed to work well in the car. So a lot of the apps will be familiar for podcasts and things like that, but there's great potential here for expansion in the Play Store. And you also get built-in Google Assistant, which is faster and works better than most of the OEM voice recognition technology. Okay, Google, turn on the ventilated seats up front.
Okay, turning on seat fan for the front.
Integrating this experience natively into the multimedia system gives you added functionality, and graphically and otherwise, the system just feels much better and cleaner than it did before. And for you iPhone users, don't feel left out. Wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity comes standard with the larger screen, although again, only touring models get the wireless charging pad. So that means that if you go for one of the other models and you want to charge your phone, you're still going to need a wire of some kind. Honda didn't really change up the Accord's formula with this redesign because it didn't really need to. It still offers a ton of backseat space and a comfortable interior, and it's just added on new layers of technology that make it feel more modern. The 12.3-inch touchscreen is a great addition, and it's also placed perfectly, which we can't say about a lot of the other large touchscreens in this class. If we did have one wish, it was that the Google built-in integration wasn't just limited to touring models, because that means that you're gonna have to pay a lot more to get the best multimedia experience. How much more you'll have to pay, we don't quite know yet, but pricing and fuel economy estimates should be available closer to the Accord's on sale date in January 2023. Thanks for watching, and for all the latest car news and reviews, be sure to head over to Edmunds.com.